Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're well. Happy November. Woohoo! We're only a few weeks away from Christmas. I'm so happy that Halloween is over. I do not enjoy Halloween. I love looking at the kids dressed up and getting sweets and eating loads of sugar, but I don't like all the scary bits that come with it. Although I do like scary movies, but I can watch them any time of the year. Yeah, I'm glad Halloween is over and we're coming into November. Well, it is November and it's time for Christmas countdown. I love Christmas, so I'm happy about that. But into a new month, which means I have to look back on last month, which is obviously October, and talk about some of my favourites for the month. So if you want to see my faves for October, just keep watching. So first up is a fragrance favourite. That's hard to say. And this isn't a favourite for in the conventional sense. I'll explain. This is Babe Power by Missguided. I went to the launch of this here in Ireland, like obviously in October, and I was kindly given a bottle of it. And I am definitely not Missguided's target audience. Let's be real. I'm 32 and I have boobs and a bum, but I went to the launch and gave this a sniff, and it smells like one of my favourite perfumes that is quite expensive. So now this is obviously my thoughts on it. Other people might have other opinions, but for me it smells exactly like Dior Hypnotic Poison, which is this here. So this is the Elixir, which is, if I can get the camera to zoom on it, this is a very fancy bottle of perfume. This actually came with like a little poof, but I broke it, so it's just like this now. John got me this a while ago for Christmas or my birthday or something like that. But this is like, I think this is about 100 quid a bottle. This is about 30, and you get 100 mils or 80 mils in this, and this is, if I can read it, no I can't read it, but I think it's a 30 ml bottle. But for me, this is an eau de parfum as well, may I add. Don't really like the packaging. It's packaged like a rose gold can. Not really my cup of tea, but I swear to God, they smell identical. And because of that, I've been wearing this so much over the past few weeks, because I feel like I can waste this, whereas I do feel like I have to keep this for a special occasion. Although if you put this on you, like, it lasts about 4 days, even after 4 or 5 showers. But yeah, this is like the cheaper version. But as I said, it is eau de parfum, so like it is a semi-decent fragrance, and it smells exactly the same. So if you like this, you will really like this, and it's a much cheaper alternative. Yeah, as I said, I'm not a huge fan of the packaging, but I really like the smell of what's inside. So next up is a shower favourite, shock horror. I know last month all I spoke about was nearly shower products, and this is another shower oil, shock horror. I know I was talking about like a natural oil last month, which I'm really liking, and I'm still liking, but I'm using in a slightly different way because I treated myself to the L'Occitane shower oil, which looks a bit like that. Focus. So we went on holidays at the start of the month. We went to Almunikar, and I got this in Malaga airport because I fancied treating myself. And it's not hugely expensive, like I think it's about €22 a bottle or something. And like, I've been using this for the whole of the month, and I've only used up this much. You don't use a hell of a lot. But basically this is an in-shower oil, so you put it in your hand or on your poof or whatever you use to clean yourself, and it turns into like a milk, but it still has an oil quality, so you kind of feel really moisturised and nice after using it, but it also cleans you too. So I've been using this in the shower, which I adore, and like I'll always treat myself to. And now you can get them in big refillable like pouches, which is brilliant. And then I will use the oil that I talked about last month that you can buy in Holland and Barrett as my like in-shower moisturiser. And then sometimes I'll even use moisturiser as well if I'm feeling really fancy, because with the colder weather coming in, my skin gets super dry. So I like to look after it as much as I can. So this has definitely been a favourite for October. I bloody love it. And every time I get it, I fall in love with it all over again, and I can't remember why I didn't repurchase it. So yeah, this is a very nice treat. If you fancy something nice to add to your Christmas list, may I suggest this. My next favourite is makeup. I think, yeah, I've another 3 products and 1 fashion I always put inverted commas under fashion, products left to talk about. So this is the Barry Liquid Chrome Highlighter Drops in at first sight. I have 2 of these. I actually did a blog post on them a little while ago when they were first released. I have Precious Pearl as well, which I like. Let's see if the camera will pick them up. Probably not. Yeah, oh no, that's why, because I don't have them facing to you. Sorry. Amateur hour. Yeah, they look a bit like this, and I like this one too, but I reach for this more. I have it on now. I do put powder on top of it just because I'm oily and my skin eats makeup, but it definitely glows without powder on top, like powder highlighter on top, if your skin doesn't eat makeup like mine does. But I particularly like this shade. It's kind of like a pinky, now like has a bit of a rose gold vibe to it, but it's quite pinky, and I have pink toned skin, so it works really well for me. These are like the cheap alternative to like the Cover FX enhancer drops, or I know Iconic illuminator drops, or Iconic do illuminator drops as well. So these are like the drugstore version of them. I think they're about €7, and they're really decent, and you can buy them at Superdrug and Boots. And I've been enjoying kind of layering up my highlighter because it means it lasts a bit longer, and I get a bit of a kick because, as I said, my face eats makeup, so I don't always get the kind of longevity of the shine on my skin. So this definitely helps, and it's a very cheap dupe for the fancy ones, so I've been very much liking this one in particular. So my second makeup favourite for October is the e.l.f. Mineral Infused Face Primer. It looks a bit like this. I got given this at an e.l.f. event a few weeks ago now. e.l.f. has come in, I've spoken about this before, but e.l.f. is in chemists here in Ireland, and or pharmacies or drugstores, and in pennies as well, so that's very exciting. So this was in the goodie bag, and it's a very much silicone primer, which I personally like. It works for my skin, and I've been really liking this. I love that it comes with a pump, because as much as I love a lot of my other primers, I don't really like having to squeeze them out, so I like that this has a pump, so it's less messy. It's a very good silicone primer. It's not too greasy, and it kind of sinks in. Well, when I say sinks in, I hope that silicone primer doesn't sink in too much to your skin, because I don't think silicone is very good for your skin. But I always use a good layer of skincare and then let that sink in, and then use this on top. So it doesn't leave a residue, I suppose is what I mean. And it's super affordable. And this is the clear one. I believe they do like a green one and a brightening one as well, but this is the clear one, and I've been really liking it, and it's about €6 or €7, so I had to add that in. My last makeup favourite is something else that I got in the month of October. This was a PR sample, and I don't think, honestly, I have to be honest, I don't think I ever would have bought this, just because a lot of people talk about it being like to make your skin look more hydrated and brightening, and that's definitely not something I really need specifically, because the natural oils come through eventually for me. But I got sent this, and I was excited to give it a go because I really like the smell of it. It smells like, sorry, I hit myself in the face with it. It smells like coconut because it is coconut water. It's with coconut water, probiotic based ingredients, and skin revivers. So it's the Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1 replenishing primer and setting spray. So I'm sure you've seen this loads. Everyone does talk about it, and the primer as well, the actual physical primer. But I've been using this in lieu of my favourite Infallible 24-hour matte. You know how much I love this. I'm on like my 10th bottle or something, and I've been really liking it. I've been using it before primer. I know I'm adding more steps to my makeup, but hey ho, that's the way I roll. I've been using it before primer, and then after I put setting powder on, and I like how light the mist is. Let me demonstrate. I really like the coconut scent. I didn't think I would. I really like how light the mist is. I'll be shiny for a minute, but it will dull down. And it feels nice. It doesn't move anything around, and it does help with longevity. It's silicone free, alcohol free, and oil free, which is always a good thing. And yeah, I don't think I've any, like, it's meant to help hydrate your skin. So I suppose for me, it takes away the powdery look of my skin, but it doesn't kind of add any more oiliness or anything like that. So that's a good thing for me. So I'm really, really glad I got sent it. I know people kind of go, oh, bloggers getting sent product, they have to say nice things about it. I really don't. I get sent product for consideration, so I can generally say what I want, and that's what I want to say about it. I really, really like it, and I would definitely repurchase it. So that's my last makeup fave for the month of October. So my last favourite are something that I actually hauled a couple of weeks ago here on my channel. I will link it down below. These are Penny's boots, and I picked these up completely on a whim. I was trying on a few pairs, and John actually eyed these up and he said you should definitely get them, and I'm so bloody glad I did. I swear to God, I've worn them nearly every day since I've gotten them. Even I'm like going out and about, I've worn them through town. I've walked home from town in them, like, and now it's not a huge heel, but there is a bit of heel on them, which gives me a bit of a lift and is a bit more flattering on the bum region. But I just really, really like the pattern, and they go with everything. Like, I'm going to wear them later. I'm going out later, have an AC/DC t-shirt on, and I think I'm going to rock these because I think they look pretty cool. And they're wearing well. Like, there's not too much wear and tear on them because they were only €19, I think. And obviously they're pennies, so they're mass produced. But I have been loving them, and I've getting so many compliments on them as well. I actually know a couple of people tried to go in and buy them and they were all gone, so I hope they're back in now. Apologies, I'm sorry. But these were a great random buy, and I'm delighted I picked them up. And that's it for my October favourites. I hope you had a great October. I hope you have a brilliant November. Hope lots of lovely things happen to you. The world is a bit of a shitfest at the moment, so we all need some positivity, and we all need to pull together and enjoy what we can. So as always, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I really, really appreciate it, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye!